Hey everyone, Green Can Shan here on location for another Smoke MN in San Antonio, Texas. Uh, Keeping with the theme of doing some Texas smoking while I'm here. And before we get to anything, the most important thing, obviously, I don't have my green can, but I do have this K9 lager from Texas Beer Company. And it is actually, it's kind of cool. The funds from this beer go towards uh, helping soldiers with PTSD and providing service dogs to them. So that's pretty cool. Good cause, good beer, perfect combo, right? So today I'm doing beef ribs. I've never done beef ribs before, and to go to show that I'm not a professional smoker or chef, anything like that. Made a few mistakes, but it's cool because it's a learning process. One, I learned there's different types of beef ribs. There's the back, chuck, and plate. I had found a recipe for plate beef ribs, which is a very different cooking style, temperature and length, all that kind of stuff, than for back ribs. And what I ended up getting, not knowing at the time, was the back ribs. So luckily I figured that out before I actually got things going. And I've done those. Normally, traditional Texas style would be just salt and pepper. I had a little bit more by doing a rub that I really like, but has salt and pepper as the more forward ingredients, with some additional stuff like garlic and onion as well. And that's the RecTeq heifer dust. So that's what I use today. I'm going to, what I did do with these is did remove the membrane, which I guess you don't do with plate ribs from what I've read. I did use mustard as a binder because I like using that to kind of hold that rub on there, and then put the rub on both sides. So we're going to get these on at 275 degrees. Now I am with my smaller RT-340 here. It's easier to travel with down to Texas from Minnesota. But I'm going to put these on bone down. Hopefully I can fit 3 of these. It's going to be pretty darn close here. And then I think what we're going to do is, if we're able to, fit one on the grill as well to kind of see how that all plays out, how that compares. So, cool. I fit 3. I like it. All right. Does everybody know what time it is? It's spritzing time. What we got to do next is put a combination of 3 parts water, 1 part apple cider vinegar onto these ribs. My brother is throwing nuts at me now, I guess, so throw right back at him. We're going to sprit these on there to hopefully keep some moisture on the ribs, but also the acid in the vinegar should help break down that meat a little bit, just like we do with other ribs. I know a lot of times people use orange juice or apple cider vinegar in pork ribs as well. So that's the theory there. Before I get too much further, as you can tell, I do have my green can with me, imported from Minnesota, because you can't get it down here. Figured I got to at least have a couple cans while I'm doing some cooking down here. So very simple. It's been on for about an hour, almost an hour and a half now. We're just going to give a light spray on these here. Nothing too crazy, just to kind of coat them pretty good. He almost got one of the nuts right in the smoker there. And we're going to do that. We're going to leave it there for a while. We're going to do every 30 minutes with this spritzing technique. We're going to do the same exact thing on the grill, which is off camera. I did get the other rack on there, and they're cooking at about 250, I think. So, and that's a little harder to maintain temp versus a pellet smoker. But again, we're going to do this comparison to kind of see how it turns out. So that's the next stage, and we'll be back in a little bit with the next part. All right, so my brother apparently is a little sensitive. He was getting a little jealous that I was not showing the ribs on his grill. So there, that's what ribs look like on a Weber grill. Now you know. Now you can live in peace knowing what this looks like. We just took these ribs off of the smoker. The ones that are on the grill are not done yet. So now we're just going to wrap these up and throw them in the cooler for a while. Recommended is 30 minutes. I've got a hungry family that's actually all standing around here yelling at me, giving me dirty looks because they want to eat now. So we're going to wrap this up, and then we're going to throw these in the cooler for a while to finish up, and should serve them. So should be good. Or not. All right, guys, ribs are done. I just cut into these here, and I got a little distracted. As my nephew pointed out, the smell is so good, so I'm probably distracted and lost for words because this is like take number 10. So, but look at these ribs. They look amazing. They're super tender, super juicy. The seasoning, I had a little bit on my fingers when I was wrapping them. You know, you got to lick your fingers, right? And oh my gosh, so good. So we're going to serve it up now, and hopefully the rest of the family agrees, or hopefully they taste as good as they look. So here we go. All right, bottom line, after eating dinner, these were fabulous. Everybody loved them, ate the meat down to the bone. Highly recommend. I'm going to put this in my top 1 or 2 smokes ever. I would say blows the pork ribs out of the water. So I hope you guys get a chance to try doing beef ribs. Definitely worth it. So please don't forget, hit subscribe, like our videos. We're just starting out, but we appreciate you watching.